What we're going to do now is we're going to run a rice on this wrap. We want to get the maximum gravity of the wrap. And from that, we'll calculate a GSE, which is the effective specific gravity of the wrap, which is what we use in our calculations for mix design. Here's the wrap sample. It's hot, dry, and should be a little tacky. The asphalt should be a little melty. And this is for 12.595. This is fine wrap, and the minimum for rice is for that size is 1,500 grams. So this was split down in a sample splitter to a 1,500 gram sample or so, 1,600 grams. And you want to run 2 of these. Spread this out and let it cool. Got a fan blowing on it, and it'll take a few minutes for it to get cool. You spread it out and you let it cool, just like you would a asphalt sample from a truck. Okay, now after this sample's cooled, as I said a while ago, it's supposed to be at least a 1,500 gram sample. So I'm going to check the weight just to kind of make sure what I've got. So I'll take the scale pan, tear that off, and I'm just going to sweep everything right into this scale pan. I got 1,625 grams basically, so that's good. I don't need to record that weight. And again, you're going to run 2 of these samples, average the results. This sample was obtained by splitting down in a sample splitter, and this is the same wrap that we used to do our oven calibration. It's all gotten at the stockpile at the same time. So the first thing we're going to do, get our vacuum jar, 0 our scale, and we're going to weigh this. And it weighs 2235.4. All right, so get a 0 on the scale. Put this in here. And we're going to get the weight of everything together, which is 3861.3. We'll go ahead and do that calculation, which is 1625.9 is what I ended up with in there. 1625.9. Okay. So now we know what our sample weighed. So now what we need to do is place this over on the vibrating table, lock it down, and you want to cover it with water, probably an inch or so above the sample. And you just very gently put it in there, because wrap has a tendency to really have floaters. And an option to stop some of that material from floating so badly is, especially if you're doing a wrap sample, put just a drop of a wetting agent in there, just like that. That's plenty. And that little bit of soap will make the material wetter, and it won't mess up your water bath quite as bad. Put that down there. Close this. Start your vacuum pump. and you have a manometer, and you're looking for 27.5 plus or minus 2.5. So you're looking for 25 to 30, and start your vibrating and start your timer. And that's going to go 15 minutes plus or minus 2. Okay, so once that's finished vacuuming, you release the pressure very, very slowly, and you bring it over here to this water bath, which is set at 77 degrees. The hook has to be completely underwater with as thin a string as possible, and it has to have an overflow. Make sure it's on 0. The scale weighs to 1/10 of a gram. Very gently put this in there. And you start your timer, and this guy stays in there for 10 minutes plus or minus 1. Okay. After 10 minutes, we record the weight of the sample plus the container in water. It's 23.7. Now, the only other weight I'm going to need is the weight of the container empty in the water. I'm going to take this out back, throw it away, and come back and weigh the container. All right, now I need the weight of the container in water. That needs to sit in there until it stabilizes. Okay, so that weighs 1405.8. I record that. The weight of the sample and the container was 2423.7 minus 1405.8, and that is 1017.9. You plug that into your formula down here, and the formula is as simple as A over A minus B, which A is 1625.9 minus B, which is 1017.9, which is 608, which is 2.674. And that is the maximum gravity of the wrap itself. And what that means is it's 2.674 times heavier than the same amount of water. Now what we're going to do from that is we're going to calculate the GSE, which is the effective specific gravity of the aggregate in that wrap. The formula for that is the percent aggregate, and you're going to divide that by 100 divided by the max minus the percent asphalt, which was 5%, divided by the gravity of the asphalt, which is 1.03. So your percent aggregate is 95, and 100 divided by 2.674 is 37.397 minus 5 divided by 1.03, which is 4.854, which is 32,543, which is 2.920, which is your GSE. And that's the number that you're going to use in your mixed design calculations for the bulk gravity of the wrap. You use the GSE instead of the GSB, and that's how you get it.